Good afternoon, everyone. We are the Roasters. I'm Gary, one of the hosts of our podcast. From our previous podcast, we had our host Sabrina, who discussed with Dr. Hani on the characteristics needed to major in STEM disciplines, especially in chemical engineering. Today, we will have Dr. Mahar Diana, a senior lecturer of chemical engineering in Universities in Malaya, with us to discuss on what are the job prospects for chemical engineers. Without further ado, let us roast this topic. First of all, I would like to ask what are the jobs that people usually relate to when it comes to chemical engineering?
First and foremost, I would like to thank Gary for inviting me to your podcast. Now, a chemical engineering bachelor degree will open doors in many fields in terms of work opportunities. Some of the most common jobs for chemical engineering graduates are biotechnologist, chemical engineer, energy engineer, nuclear engineer, petroleum engineer, and product or process development scientists. So you will find major employers in gas and oil extraction, oil refining, nuclear and other power generation and power process industries, so including pharmaceutical, fine and heavy chemicals, and agrochemicals. On the other hand, there are also other manufacturing industries that need chemical engineers, including those supplying fibers and also for polymers, food and drink, plastic and metals, pulp and toiletries. Actually, there are so many chemical engineering related jobs that you can actually relate.
Oh, okay. Thank you, Dr. Maha, for that insights. Next, may I know what are the special job opportunities that people did not aware of but actually suits chemical engineering graduates?
Now, interestingly, many chemical development engineers work for engineering consultancy and contracting firm, which is traditionally not really related to chemical engineering. There are also opportunities to work in pollution control, environmental protection, energy conservation, waste recovery and recycling, alternative energy, medical science, and health and safety. Just to let you know that we have our previous graduates who work as a Permeric Sejantra in Department of Occupational Safety and Health. Moreover, chemical engineers are also well equipped for business roles and may also go into careers into financial services, management, consultancy, or law. I hope that this answers your question.
Oh, thank you, Dr. Maha. That is out of my expectations. Well, next question is, I heard from most people that companies tend to choose graduates from mechanical or electrical engineering background compared to chemical engineering. Is this statement true, or the reality is the other way around?
Well, Gary, actually different person will have different opinion. However, I do think that chemical engineering has a much wider scope than mechanical and electrical engineering, which are considered more specialized disciplines. So just for you to know, chemical engineering is a generalist discipline whereby the subject or the course, the program, actually overlapping other disciplines. For example, in our course, we find thermodynamics, heat transfer, fluid dynamics, numerical methods, and simulations that are also taught in other disciplines. Therefore, it is easier for a chemical engineer to be hired as a project manager or managers as we are familiar with the basic concept of other engineering field. So that make it more flexible for us, for chemical engineer, to work in another field.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Maha. It is noticeable that actually chemical engineering is a flexible engineering course compared to other engineering courses. So last but not least, may I know what are the special features that make chemical engineering graduates stand out from others in terms of job hunting? Dr. Maha?
Right, Gary. Interestingly, hiring managers love to ask interview questions like, what makes you unique? or what set you apart from other candidates. They do this to measure your confidence and also to see how well you understand the job that you are interviewing for. There are several tips that you can try when seeking a job. The first one is always do your research. So study the job description as a part of your pre-interview research. If you are not researching the company, then the recruiters and the hiring managers can tell. And they are going to hire someone who put in the extra effort to learn about the job before coming to the interview. So this is something that you need to take in mind. The second thing would be to relate your background to the position's requirement and mention anything unique about yourself. So what have you done that most similar to what the company needs in their job? And the third one is to keep it work-related. So just like when answering, tell me about yourself, it is best to keep your response professional and work-related. So don't respond by telling the interviewers you are the first son of your family, your hobbies, and etc. The fourth one is conclude with confidence. So when they ask interview questions like, why should we hire you? They want a direct, confident answer. They want you to brag about yourself a bit. So always end up with confidence and wrap up by directly telling them why they should choose you and what set you apart. I hope this answers your question, Gary.
Of course, thank you Dr. Mahar Diana for your insight in the job prospects for chemical engineers. We are honored to have you here with us. I hope that the answers from Dr. Mahar Diana clear the doubts of all of our audiences. Thank you again, Dr. Mahar, and to all of our audiences. Thank you.